Welcome to another DPI Presents, where we love to talk with experts that are in their field that are able to help us as business owners as well as business leaders. And today I get the opportunity to talk to Ashley Michelle Miller, and I am so excited simply because she is a celebrity stylist, and I am huge into when I show up, I want to make sure that I feel confident in the way that I'm showing up because when I show up, I know that I'm able to be more influential. I'm able to be someone of persuasion, especially when I know that I'm entering a room and there's sales conversations or elevator pitches that I might have. So, Ashley, tell us, how much does how we look exude our confidence or lack of confidence that eventually turns into whether we are converting clients or not?
Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna tell you, like, Rosalind, people do not understand how much it truly affects. I say this all the time to people. We have to get dressed every single day. Like, unless you in a nudist colony, like you're getting dressed, all right? And what you wear can really either work with you and empower you or work against you. And so it is so important for what you wear to align with who you are from the inside out. And it's just an important strategy. But also, I say it's a self-love practice. Like you're doing this every day, and what you like decide to choose, whether it's a simple t-shirt or it is something like a blazer, it all changes the game when you actually put on what you have. And people see it. Like, not only do you feel
Mhm.
different, but what you exude, the light that you have comes off totally different. I know, and I'm probably like jumping ahead, so let me know, but I'm sure you've had a time in your life, whether you're speaking or you're doing something and maybe you were rushing to get dressed, and then you're up there and you're like, oh my God. It's just like in the back of your mind, lingering as you're trying to perform to the best of your ability. And so that is why I do what I do, because I want people to know that this is not something that can be an afterthought. A lot of times people think the last thing they think about is like, okay, what do I wear? It's the first thing they think about, but it's the last thing they actually take action on after they prepare and do the presentation and do all the things and whatever they're going to work. And they're like, oh God, what am I going to wear? And it should be one of the first thoughts.
I love that. What I heard you say actually is that it is not, it is strategic. Like when you are styling and your clients, that it is strategic in the way that they want to look. Everyone is doing it, right? We're all getting dressed, but the actual styling of who we are, our identity is it's really not optional. I mean, I know that there have been pieces that people have commented to me on, and I've said, hey, I had a stylist that helped me pick this out. And they kind of just give me this look as in, really a stylist? But yes, before we jump ahead, tell us exactly who you are. You and I met obviously through Goldman Sachs. We
And
were in cohort 6. Whoop, whoop. And I just fell in love with just your appearance, the way that you always showed up. I mean, just the women in that cohort, the way that we all
I
showed up
know.
was beautiful. But tell us about who you are and your business.
Yes, so I am Ashley Michelle Miller. I'm a style identity expert and an award-winning and Emmy-nominated wardrobe stylist. I like to use that difference because wardrobe styling is, like you said, it's like putting clothes together for people. Style identity expert is really empowering them and teaching them how to be able to do it for themselves and really align their identity. And so where that all came from is really in a space when I had lost my own identity, right? Like I had got out of college and I was already had my bachelor's degree and I found myself lost. I found myself depressed and I just didn't know what I was supposed to be doing. And so fast forward, I ended up getting then my master's because I thought, okay, this is the next answer, right? And what you realize is the work comes when you start to ask yourself the hard questions, the things that we don't know about ourselves. And so I went to therapy and God, helped me through. And I realized the one question she asked me was, what are your hobbies? And I had no idea. And so I answered finally that I like fashion magazines. And so that propelled me at age 28, 2 degrees under my belt, to be like, we're going to go into what I'm passionate about and what I love and what makes me feel aligned because what was happening before wasn't. So I decided to move to New York. What should have been 1 year, my dad gave me 1 year because the other part of my story is that my dad has a construction fabrication, granite fabrication company. And so I was supposed to be like taking that on, right? Working in that. And how crazy I'm sitting here feeling like I don't know what to do. And so he said, you got one a year. Go to New York for 1 year and see if it works for you. 1 year turned into 7. And in that time, I worked with everything from I worked on Madonna style team, I worked for ABC for daytime talk shows. I did advertising with brands like Pepsi, GMC. Like I styled in so music videos, all types of avenues to learn what I really want to do. And what I found was that it was all great. Like, okay, we like style, we like to look good. But what was so important was what was the transformation that was happening when I was working with these people, how they started to lean into who they were, how it affected how they just came across on the camera or how they were performing when they were doing the things they were doing because it was leaning into their I am, their identity. And when that clicked for me, I learned that I can do this in so much more capacity than just, okay, for those that are on TV or entertainers. Like everybody needs to know this type of just self-care and what this looks like and how this can really change the game for you when you start to express yourself through your style and what you wear every single day. So
Yeah.
that's just a little bit, but it's definitely a deep just transformative for myself because at that time when I started, I was depressed. I had suicidal thoughts, all of those things. And I really had to come into my own identity to be able to do this work. And I'm even in a season now. I tell people all the time, it's always evolving. So I'm in a new season right now. Your girl has her hair out right now. I usually wear like my dreads. Like style is holistic. But all of these things that people don't realize that they're doing on a daily basis is really propelling them in their life. And that's what I like to teach them.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate what I hear is this is not just about trying to look pretty. This is about your brand. We all have a personal brand, whether you think it or not. Yes, we are business owners and we spend a lot of time, trying to figure out externally what our business brands look like. But as a personal brand, how do you want to show up? What does that identity look like? And the way you're able to do that through clothing and your wardrobe. There's a lady that I know, and she was in construction, talking about construction, and she would always come into meetings just with kind of the polo shirt with her logo on and a pair of jeans. It's how she looked every day, it's how she went to the office every day. She just kind of like that was the uniform. She didn't think about it. And I have seen the transformation that styling her wardrobe has, and she's working with a professional, how it has ended up in additional revenue for her business because of how she is showing up. So this is beyond just looking pretty or just trying to be, fashionable. This is going to hit your bottom line the way that you are showing up. And we were talking earlier about how all of us as business owners, men and women, like we are worthy
Yeah.
of stepping into the identity of who we want to be and how we want to exude that into the world. Would you agree?
Yes. Oh my gosh. So that is the biggest thing. I always say, so my biggest case study is one of my clients till this day I still work with, Carla Hall. And I started with her. She's a celebrity chef. I started with her when she was working on the Chew. And when
Mhm.
she was working on the Chew, she was the one that was on the lower end of the totem pole. Other chefs on there were more popular, famous, all of this. She was just coming into it. And she was really just coming into her own, coming into this new career that she started like in her 40s or I think 40s or 50s or something like that. And so as the show progressed and then it got canceled, and she had to go on and now just not rely on this show, but rely on who she was as a person. As a stylist, I empowered her. What is it that you like? How do you want to look? If you look her up, you know that she is very eclectic in her style and patterns and all of that. It's not how I would dress, but it's how she dresses. And so this is how she has now booked multiple gigs,
Mhm.
doing all types of things. She's having a new restaurant out now. She does collaborations with so many people. And one of my biggest, I feel like, confirmations whenever we have to style her for whether it's a brand or something is I'm like, all right, what are the style directions? Like, does she need to wear certain colors? Does she need to do different things? And they always say, I just want her to be her. I love what she has. And I knew that I did my job, but it's not even just me. She has leaned into her job. It's not for me to be there for her all the time. And so when I started working with her and then I started building out my portfolio of more clients that I work with. It's the biggest thing. I don't care about a brand. I don't care about like a store. There's amazing, clothing options out there that I want people to take advantage of, and I will direct you to. But what I care about is your story. I care about how you want to feel in your clothes. I care about what you're trying to accomplish. Because
Mhm.
when I hear that stuff, I start to understand your personality. I start to understand who you are, what you like, what you don't like. And then I can help you to articulate that and be able to do that for yourself. And I
Mhm.
think that that's the biggest thing is that we don't realize that when we are trying to be someone else, if you're trying to be that special lawyer, that you know what a lawyer dresses like, what does the keynote speaker usually dress like? What does the salesperson at the higher rank dress like? You're trying to dress like them in your eyes, your mind of whatever that is, and you're not dressing like you. So then the dollars don't add up, the callbacks don't get called back, the seeking you doesn't happen because they haven't figured you out. And
Mhm.
I think that that's the biggest thing that people don't see. And I say this all the time, they're going to see what you have on before you even open your mouth and give them that 30-second elevator pitch or the 10 seconds, whatever you have planned and rehearsed in your head and your mind all day long, they're going to see you first.
Yeah.
And that's big.
Yes, I absolutely agree because I've seen it. Like I remember when I did this is about 2 years ago, one of my photo shoots because I'm passionate about making sure that a photo shoot how because I've evolved right as a woman and I wanted the photographer to really be able to show like my headshot where I am someone who is trustworthy and that came through the clothes, it came through the angle that he took and all of that. So in business, we have these high stake moments. We have where we're doing the elevator pitch. For me, where I'm speaking on stage. But even if you're not speaking on stage, right? You're the corporate executive and you're getting ready to do the town hall meeting or you're getting ready to do kind of the state of the union in regards to how the company is performing. Like all of those moments, or you're just showing up at a networking event.
That's it.
All of those moments matter. And I'm telling you, styling and wardrobing is the reason why I wanted to speak to you, Michelle. I mean, Ashley, is because of this, right? Because it relates to the bottom line. So let's talk about, like, shift a little bit and talk about what are some of the styling mistakes, aside from not hiring you, are people, are people making that you're like, stop this immediately?
Yeah. The biggest thing is you're dressing for others and not yourself,
Mhm.
and you're looking to all of the guidance. I am really big on visuals, right? And so for me, I think it's important for you to see examples, right? Pinterest is everybody's best friend. Try to get some ideas, save things on Instagram, save pictures. But what you want to really identify is like, why do you like those things? When you pass that store and you see
Mhm.
that top, what is it that it's drawing you to? Sometimes we take it so literal. And then, like, I know so many people, they're like, well, I only wear this outfit just like this because I bought it off the mannequin and this is the only way I know how to wear it. And I'm like, no, you have to get creative. You have to be open-minded. And a lot of times people are very closed-minded or very routine in it. And I get it. One of the biggest things that people always say to me is comfortable. I have to be comfortable. You can be comfortable and creative. You can be comfortable and still push the boundaries a little bit. You can be comfortable and still be you. Comfortable does not mean slacking. And so I think one of the other biggest things is we define something and we stay with it, right? You will see that, especially in your closet, the world of opportunities when you start to look at things different. That pantsuit is not only for professional wear, it's not for only when you go to work. You could wear that pantsuit with a jean jacket and some sneakers, like the slacks with a jean jacket and sneakers for the weekend. You know, it's like opening your mind and really not looking at things in just a one way. I think is the biggest thing is, for me, the mind shifts are what I teach my clients because the clothes are going to be the clothes. You're going to see the size is the size, whatever. But when you mind shift, then you will not sit there and be like, I'm only a size 10, so I should only look at size 10. Or I'm a woman, I can only be in the women's department. There could be a great like jacket or shirt in the men's department. Just take a glance up there, right? So I think the biggest things is the open-mindedness. Do not, limit yourself, be creative, and really just know that there's opportunity everywhere.
I love that because what you're saying to us as prospective clients is that you can help save us money. It was interesting. I just saw a lady, I was at the post office, and there was a woman returning all of these clothes from a offshore company that is very popular that provides clothes at a very low rate. I'm not going to say any names, but I'm sure people know who I'm talking about. And I just thought to myself, wow, look at the time she had to get in the car. She had to get the clothes. She had to spend time looking at these clothes. And you're able to help people save time and money by being able to make suggestions and recommendations that are professional, that are strategic, based on where they're going, what the moment is, what's required, what might already be in their closet, right?
Already there.
Time, money, are we worth it? Absolutely. When I was saying about styling mistakes, I thought you were going to be like, oh, don't put red with it, don't put dark.
Oh,
No, it's mindset, it's the versatility, opening your, like, I absolutely love that.
no, even for my own identity, I had to learn that what I guess someone would call a typical stylist, I am not. I am not
You are not, you absolutely are not, in the best of ways.
Thank you. But I had to learn that too, right? I got stuck in my own ways because I'm like, I need to be at every fashion show and know everything that's coming out, and I need to know every color combination and this and that. And when I learned that my gift was really to listen to the person that I was helping and to show them practical ways in which they can start to do this for them myself, it shifted everything for me because now I realize that I'm really about for you for self-expression. I'm really about helping you to love who you are and to discover that every day. And that's going to take you farther than me just putting together one look for you or two looks for you, and that's all you got. Like, my friend said this to me, and I was like, okay, come in with the word. She was like, because you teaching them how to fish, girl. Like, you're not just bringing them to the water. And I said, that's exactly what I'm doing. I want you to be able to go in your closet every day and be able to really like start to expand what that looks like for you. I want every time you have an event or something you have to go to that thought of like, oh my God, what am I gonna wear? Starts to, it's like, what am I gonna wear? Like, you know, like I want that for you. I don't want you to be dependent on me, but I know how that works is really being able to guide you, talk to you, like consult you on this so that then you can go out and do. Of course, I still do the styling and I love that part too, but I'm so passionate about teaching my people how to really show up and not be scared to show up being who they are.
That's what I love seeing your Instagram, which at the end of this, we'll say where your Instagram is. You know, you just went into an event and you had the shirt and you were like, this is how I'm gonna show up. And I'm like, yes, I love that. I like it was beautiful because there is that consultation. It's very strategic. Before I ask my next question, I have to ask you this. So what is your style identity?
Yes. So right now, this is how I define mine. I'm in my boho slash hip hop urban, but like to keep a professional vibe. And so what that looks for me is like why I've identified myself like that is because I love like the 70s. I love a flare jean. I love just like right now, you guys can't see, but I have these patchwork pants on. I love to feel like I'm in the meadows and just like peace. But I also know the importance of refinery. Like I'm on my vibe. So goddess is another word that I use. And the trick that I do with my clients is I'm like, give me 3 words. Let's find at least three
Mhm.
words that work so you're not overcrowded with things, but it will help you. So if I know that I'm on my bohemian or like 70s vibe, I'm going to look at things in that way, look at brands and stores and cuts in that way, right? If I know that I'm on my urban but elevated, I'm going to look for my hoop earrings that have like some details with it or my gold jewelry if I'm talking about my goddess. These are ways for you to define what resonates with you. You can still be professional, right? Like I said, I still want it to be at like expert level or elevated. So I'm not out here like I'm at the Woodstock, but you're getting a little vibe from me when you see like, oh, she loves like love and peace and joy and happiness. And so when you look at things like that, then you'll be able to start to define colors, define silhouettes, like favorite pieces that work for you because you're starting to put together the pieces and be able to define it. And I tell people there's no right or wrong. It's what works for you now. There may be different words for what your professional wear looks like versus
Yeah.
your personal wear, right? But when you start to ask yourself the questions, what do I like? Like, what colors do I actually like? Do I really like straight leg pants or more of a wide leg pant? Like, what do I like to show my arms? Do I like to show my legs? Or am I more conservative there? You have to ask yourself the questions, and that's what identity is. Another thing about me is even in the space of my culture, like I just love my Caribbean flair. I love my black people. So I'm always going to have something that maybe pays some type of homage in some type of way. And that is just how we start to identify ourselves. So when I'm doing my style identity sessions with my clients, I ask them a lot of questions and we do also an envision part. Like, so I want them to do where they close their eyes and I want them to truly vision out what they feel like they should be wearing. Like, I want you to take out body shaming and I'm too big, I'm too small for this. I want you to take out like I can't afford those brands or I won't look good. I just want you to describe what a perfect outfit looks like for you and where are you when you're doing it. And then we write it down because that's deep down what you want. But you're then putting in all these other parameters that
But
makes you, we
yeah.
will find it in the reality of where you are now, but we have to like look at the vision so that you can really identify what you truly want.
Yeah. Thank you. I got it. Boho, but
Yes,
the hip hop, but elevated
yes.
professional. Yeah, I love that. And I love that you talk about how it evolves. And I agree with you. Your who you are, your identity. It's always there's always a North Star. There's always a core to it. Like you said, I'm always going to have that Caribbean and that, black flair. But it evolves, right? Depending on the moment that you are in, depending in history, but also in your business. I have to ask, you have a very intriguing business model. So I'm asking this question in regards to a ROI, your return on investment. Someone might look at this and say, oh my gosh, this is just, I just see it as a line item expense. Like this is something that is too expensive for me. But this is truly an investment. So talk about how this, although there is an expense to it, there is a cost to it, right? Because, just like having work done in the house and I had to hire a designer, it is not my lane of brilliance. I am very clear on what my lane of brilliance is. That interior is not, right? So let's talk about how this is an investment, but an investment that saves time, that saves money, and also, and this is me saying it, it translates to the bottom line, hands down. And you obviously talked about that in your case study, but talk about that difference between, yes, this is an investment, but one worth making.
Yeah, and I know that I personally, as where I'm at in the level of my business, I'm a coin. Like I know it. I know that it is not the easiest, just like, okay, boom, you can pay for this and you're fine. But what I have realized is that this has really helped people elevate or stay at the same rate that they're at or even go under, right? This has helped people to see who they truly are and be able to live up to where they're trying to get to. And I think that when people look at clothes just in general, the conversation has been very vanity based in our life. And it's something that I know that I'm working against and that I am trying to educate and switch the mindset around. Like I know that when people look at me, they look at like, oh, that's a luxury thing. Like I don't need that. But what they don't know is that if you start to like I have a journal that you can get on Amazon, the I Am Daily Style Journal. And for 30 days, it helps you to, as you're getting dressed, write down how you felt when you were getting dressed, even assess what it looks like when you left the house. Is the clothes all over the floor? Like, did you get compliments? And I don't ask them if they got compliments because I care about what people are saying. I want to know if you're exuding who you are and your energy. And what you will realize is that if 20 of them days out of the 10, you are feeling horrible, what do you think that's doing for your productivity? What do you think that's doing for your self-worth? What do you think that is doing for you to just be in this world and living and doing what you're called to do? And so when you look at it like that, you look at it like anything just like drinking water to be hydrated and to feel better about yourself. You look at it as a non-negotiable because you know that at the end of the day, if I am not living up to who I am fully, I cannot live in this world fully. So I think for me, when I started realizing that I was up against that in the space of because I'm not the type that's going to tell you, I'm not going on social and being like, you need to get this shirt because it's this size and this color and this brand. I'm not her. I'm not. I can't do it. I cannot tap tap go for y'all and be trying to. I can't sell you like that. But what I can sell you on is like, if that shirt's gonna make you get up this morning and go and deliver and do what you need to do and feel so powerful and amazing, it's worth it, right?
Yeah.
And so I think for me, just in what my work is that it's the personal development. It is never for me about the clothes. It's about what the clothes can do for you. It is not the way around in that. And that's just what the tea is. That's just really what it is. I'm not about to sell you on no style trend. I can't do it.
Yeah, that's where you are so different. And as we were talking kind of pre-show, the differentiator of the consulting, the strategy, tapping into how you want to show up, what makes you feel good, working with what is there. There's multiple ways that I have found that to work with you. You have an app. It could be where you are self-guided under your direction. It could be where you are buying your book that you have on Amazon. It could be where it's do it for you, where I am picking the clothes and choosing. And but I mean, or doing it with you, right? Doing it with you, doing it for you, where you're doing DIY, right? There's so many beautiful ways. I love the versatility and diversity of the ways that business owners and leaders are able to work with you. So tell us your contact information. How can we follow you? And listen, I highly recommend that not just women, also men. We were together a few weeks ago, whenever my book signing was. I can't,
Yeah.
was
I
it
know
last?
it's the one
I
month
don't even know. It was
fast.
like 2 weeks ago. But, I was very intentional in not only what I wore kind of like the cover to my book, but also for my husband who had on a custom suit. He received so many compliments. And I think, like, as he worked with his own stylist to have that look, it is beyond what you can imagine that this is not a luxury. This has to be the non-negotiable when you are at a level where you are having the high stake moments, the high negotiations, where you need to gain more revenue in your business and you're not really like, what is that thing that I'm stuck on?
Yeah.
Yeah, how are you showing up? So tell us, how can we follow you, stay in touch with you? Definitely your Instagram because it is, I love it. Yeah.
So yeah, you can go, everything is ashleymichelle.miller.com. So, or Ashley Michelle Miller. So ashleymichelle.miller.com, Ashley Michelle Miller on LinkedIn and Instagram, YouTube as well. So it's all there. And there you can work with me in so many ways, whether you are wanting to be styled one-on-one and you want me to do it for you, whether you want me to do it with you. We do 60-minute style sessions, and then you can even upload clothes that you have yourself, and I'll show you like you got potential there. You just needed my guidance. You can get my book on Amazon and at ashleymichelle.miller.com, the 30-day daily style journal. And yeah, there's so many things. Just go to ashleymichelle.miller.com.
Yeah, I love that. I love you deeply, my sis.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for
I
this
love
time.
you.
I know that you are a busy woman, but I so appreciate you providing this level of education for our audience. So, for all of you that are watching, whether it is morning, day, or evening, thank you for being with us. We want you to be well, and we will see you soon.
Bye.